The Teatre Lliure in Barcelona has present his archive, the Arxiu Lliure, a digital space that allows all users to browse openly through the theatre documents. The platform includes more than 70,000 searchable documents from more than 2,000 shows and events, including pictures, videos, interview, music, handbills, artistic programs, posters, press clippings, collection of objects, sound documents, blueprint, and anecdotes. The platform goal is to preserve and share the artistic testimonies of the theatre's history, to show the historical value they deserve, and to become a source of inspiration for both research and creation. We want giving back to the society the precious cultural heritage of performing arts that we have kept over the past 46 years, and we want to keep and continue to restore.
The Teatre Lliure in Barcelona is one of the most important centers for scenic creation and exhibition in Spain. It was founded in 1976 by a collective of artists promoted by Fabien Puigcerver as a designer and one of the most important figures at the European level in the field of performing arts in the 20th century.
The creation of the Teatre Lliure responds to the desire for freedom, cultural reconstruction and innovation of the society of the moment, coinciding with the beginning of the political transition after the Franco dictatorship. These aspirations are reflected both in the name of the Teatre Lliure, in English, free theatre, and in the conception of the artistic expression itself, the stage space and the relationship with the public. In order to understand the nature of this project, it is important to mention that the Teatre Lliure is a private foundation, but with a public vocation, in which the state administrations give grants and public money. Teatre Lliure has two venues in Barcelona. The first on Montjuïc, which includes a large format, up to 720 spectators, and the small format Espai Lliure, up to 172 spectators. And another room in the Gràcia neighborhood, the historical venue, with a medium room up to 200 spectators. During the last year, the last season, 22-23, almost 70,000 spectators passed through their seats. Our mission, we want focusing on a new conception of what we think is an archive, which give a second life to the artistic creations, the shows, the plays. We don't only want to store documents, but we also want to make them available so they can once again inspire us. We want people to relive those moments and try to make sure that those who did not see them can now see them for the first time. One of the archive virtues is the interrelation of the document materials, which makes different ways of browsing possible, either more open-end or based on specific searches. Furthermore, it also suggests narratives, common threads that connect different elements. These narratives are an excuse to expose materials that will be lost inside the collections, such as historical events or current issues. The Arxiu Lliure is a living space that updates its information and materials every day, and new information will be at each season. We have our things set on the new trends in how information is presented. We have made an extraordinary effort to collect, interrelate, and work on the information. And we have prepared a corpus of knowledge that can also be used playfully. The Arxiu Lliure aims to become an inspiring benchmark project. It aims to be a space that connects the theatre legacy of the past with the present, to show, to move, recall and thrill. In addition to the digital platform, the Arxiu Lliure also has a physical site in the Theatre Lliure venue on Montjuïc. This site stores a small sample of documentations that can be found in a digital archive and is open to the public every Monday. And the people are invited to add information or to help to catalog this material. This season, this space will have a program of its own, and we have face-to-face activities. Thus, we consolidate the archive with talks along with testimonies of the history of the theatre. We also planning to do a heritage market, and also we are planning to do a cataloging campaigns and another activities to feed the memory of the Arxiu Lliure. This digital project has been awarded funding from the Department of Culture of the Government of Catalonia and the ERDF line of subsidies. One notable section between all document materials is the photograph collection, which includes more than 54,000 photographs taken from 1976 until today. The Teatre Lliure photographic legacy is thanks to the essential figure of Josep Ros Ribas, who photographed all the activities from the beginning until today, the old plays and also the creation processes. Therefore, Ros Ribas is the mastermind of the Teatre Lliure photographic history. At the beginning of the creation of Arxiu Lliure project, as mentioned before, we found a volume of practically 54,000 digitized and born digital images with more than 120,000 faces. These pictures, however, were only identified at the show level, for example, Macbeth, Three Sisters, Hamlet, so they lack relevant information. The project team had only one professional to identify all of these people who appear in the pictures: performers, directors, workers, scene designers. Faced with this situation, Teatre Lliure decided to develop an experimental cataloging project with artificial intelligence systems to speed up documentary processes thanks to this facial recognition. Along these lines, the objectives of this experience were catalog pictures funds. The main objective of this experience lies in the documentation of the images in the Arxiu Lliure, with detailed information about each person who appears in the pictures of the heritage collection. Second, we want to explore the possibilities of facial recognition as a cataloging tool. Third, involve the entire Teatre Lliure team. The cataloging of the Arxiu Lliure requires extensive knowledge of the Catalan and international theatre scene of the last 40 years to be able to identify the professionals and the protagonists of the pictures, which is why we want to have the vast majority of professionals from the institution. Fourth, we want to create a dynamic and playful spaces for documentation. We want to design spaces that integrate game as a central element to archive the documentary goals. One of the long-term objectives of the Teatre Lliure project is to create a corpus of knowledge. In other words, the creation of very specialized database will engage the dissemination of the performing arts to the society, which will promote access, visibility, and research on this living legacy of the Teatre Lliure. This database can also serve as a basis for other projects, thus consolidating the Arxiu Lliure project with the aim that all heritage elements are interrelated. Within the framework of this project, the Tetra Lliure, Nubilum and Coeli platform team have developed the Quick prototype. Quick is a web application to facilitate the cataloging of those who appear on photographic collections with the support of automatic detection and facial recognition tools. The name comes from a play on words between the famous board game Qui est qui, in English Who is Who, together with the acronym UI for User Interface, thus bringing together the playful essence of cataloging design for all types of users in this project. The facial detection and representation processes have been carried out using the open source software library DeepFace, developed in Python, which implements several facial recognition and recognition models. In this project, we want to explore the possibilities of these technologies using tools that will not require knowledge in artificial intelligence on our part, and that will be easy to use by any developer. The desire has also been to verify to that extent that these technologies are already available to be easily incorporated into workflows. Clearly, to get the most out of them, advanced knowledge is required, and the potential of this technology is much greater than what we have able to implement. The method of working through the user interface consists of a green of unidentified faces that the user can select and transfer to the selection tray. Once one or more faces are selected, the grid is updated, showing the faces more similar to the selected faces. The user can continue selecting faces until the faces with similarity are exhausted, and then select the name of the person and finally save the identifications made. Additionally, the Quick tool also has the option of showing the cropped face in its context, showing the complete picture along with information about the show to which it belongs and, if it's available, the list of people who participated. In relation to the previously detailed work method, the user can carry out this cataloging task using 3 different work strategies. First, going through all faces pending identification in a random way. 2. Grouping them by a play. Or 3. Grouping them by similarity to a previously identified face. From the Tetra Lliure's teams, 2 complementary activities were organized in order to test the Quick tool on a massive scale, and at the same time ensure that the maximum number of people from the institution could contribute their knowledge about the Tetra Lliure and its members. During the first week of July, a training day was organized for almost 60 workers at Tetra Lliure, attended by professionals from different departments. The response a week after the training was really positive. We cataloged more than 25,000 faces in around 100 hours of work, carried out by around 20 different people. Another of the projects carried out at the same Tetra Lliure held on April 5th and 8th. In this collective action, we sought to find witnesses, in other words, professionals and friends who create the Tetra Lliure and who help describe identifying people in the pictures. And furthermore, the memories of the moments contained in the images were recorded by sound. During those days, 300 unpublished pictures were identified and 60 minutes of anecdotes were collected. We discovered the symbiotic relationship between natural intelligence and artificial intelligence at Tetra Lliure. Our team's active participation in cataloging has enriched the pictures metadata collection, and they contribute to the reference database used by algorithms, highlighting collaborative intelligence integration. We emphasize the importance of incorporating a playful element to engage the entire team. The tool, Quick, transformed the cataloging task into a gamification experience, fostering teamwork across all departments, from communication to sales and technicians. We confirm the significance of sharing heritage online. The Teatre Archive truly comes alive through sharing and has attracted numerous materials and requests since its publication on February 2023. We received more than 46,000 views in 6 months, and we also received 1,000 different new digital visitors. The experience of this pilot test of facial recognition draws some relevant lessons from the field of heritage cataloging, where technology and cultural institutions walk side by side. It has been confirmed that the pictures of the Teatre has elements capable of housing personal and shared stories, as has been proven through the collective actions of this project. In addition of acting, the pictures are trigger for memories of the professionals who are part of Teatre Lliure. For more information, you can check this article, El rastro del rostro. When the lights go out, the curtain falls, and the show and the applause ends, what remains?